Yay! Last part of the end of the world as we know it. I Googled a summary for the end of the world as we know it, and I didn't put Stephen King in, and I got some guys like alcoholism, child abuse story. It's like, whoa, 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 that's not what I want.
That's not what we want.
I had to add in those two keywords.
We were just saying that like this part of the reading, like no offense to the other stories, they were cool, but this was definitely the most interesting part. So, like stories.
I mean, the what is it? The night of sadness. I mean that the lawyer one that was a tower story.
Well, I
Loved
mean,
it.
you can't
Loved
say
more of that.
Discordia, not the tower, obviously.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was totally a beam quake, right? That's what was going on. It wasn't a normal earthquake.
Yeah. Or at least that's what it made it seem like.
That was a little confusing, actually. We'll get into that. That also had like a Langoliers vibe to it. Like this world doesn't exist anymore, and it's cleaning up what's left. Do you guys know that
That was
story?
yeah, that was the Plymouth one, right? The
That
car.
was, yeah, SL.
Yeah, because SL got changed to AC in the rewrite.
That's interesting. I
Right.
wonder
Yeah.
why. What does AC stand for?
I don't know. I guess it was insignificant, probably both times.
Ace. What's the kid's name? Do we know?
Which kid?
The
The
kid.
kid?
There's only
Right,
one
right,
kid.
right, right, right. I also wait. I had something else to say about that story, but I forgot.
I was plenty more. So, but we'll get there. But yeah, it was. That's what we were saying right before you got here, Ali. Like it's finally getting interesting, and now it's over. It's like, damn it. But I had enough of the world sucks, and everybody's fighting, and then they died, and the end.
Well, I think when we first talked about this book, I thought it was going to be a lot more of what happens afterward, not during and right. Like we already saw all of that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have liked to see more characters, like before and after, prologues and epilogues, I guess, because like what's the one where nobody can have any babies and the super evil. By the way, anybody you have to call Mother May I is definitely a cult leader, so stay the fuck away from me.
It was such a good story, though.
But
Yeah.
it was, yeah, I didn't think she was gonna be that.
Sorry, real quick. I just remembered what I was going to say. I totally thought that whole time that that was the car that Flag picks up when the story starts. Or, like, doesn't he find a car somewhere? Or he's in a car? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Or
it's
no,
like
he's
a
not
hot
because
rod.
he's
I mean,
walking.
he's the walking dude, so you have to remember that.
But I remember, why do I remember him having, like, somebody left a car for him? Maybe I just made that up.
I thought I remember him driving a hot rod at one point.
Well, he did go in a parking lot and like break into a car, I think.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking. I thought that's what it was the whole time, and that's why he had some special purpose.
Well, he's got a lot more cool powers in this book than he does in the Stand. I
Yeah.
mean, that one story should just be called Flag Possesses Everybody. With Bashir
Oh,
and what is it, Hunted to
you mean
Extinction, I
Martin?
think.
Martin, not Martin?
Yeah, those people. Poor Lois. Our Lois.
Yeah, but I specifically was like, wow, his name is Martin. That's interesting.
Yep, I did the same thing.
I didn't. I guess because of the way they spelled it. I wonder if that was a thing. I was sitting there, I think, when I was reading the one, because when I audiobook, my mind wanders. I was like, I'm going to write a story about Walter, but every time I reference him, I'm going to call him a different name. Well, I mean, I'll use all of his names, not every time. So, this paragraph will be like, said Martin, and then Walter went over here. Might be hard to
Yeah,
follow, might
but
be confusing.
I feel like that's already what we have. Like, he's
Yeah,
called so
well,
many different things.
true. I'm trying to condense them all into one.
That
So, where do we start? Grand Junction.
was
These
Mother May
I
I.
like. I was that the evil baby or the ambiguous baby?
Yeah, the May I cult story.
What was the name? Oh, John Farson. Never mind. I just remembered it.
Yeah, the one had when they were talking about his machinery, I was like, wait, that sounds like Farson.
Yeah.
The good man.
Right.
Life was such a wheel. Yeah, I got very, that lawyer story was very towering. I was like,
Well, I mean,
okay.
even in Grand Junction, they keep saying the circle is the circle. It's like, yeah, I get it.
I know. I just looked at part three. Life is a wheel. I was like, all right, well, I want more, tower if life's gonna be a wheel. So where are we at? Let's see. Grand Junction. I've got to remember what all these. The story of Leaf, right?
Yes.
And I like that we're. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the town with the weird ass names.
Uh-uh. Well, I was like, I like that we're already 30 years after the explosion. I'm like, thank you. There we go.
Yeah.
What were the names of the towns?
No, the people in the town.
Oh yeah, Charlie or yeah,
Most people
yeah.
don't.
I was wondering if Leaf was an animal, like a deer or something. Yeah. So this one's 30 years later, and by the way, like, so this is the one where they can't have babies, and
No,
this is a different baby one, right? Right. And then wait a minute, this is
it's the next one.
Yeah,
right.
there were a couple baby ones.
This is the one where they raid the enemy, and then Leaf finds the baby, and we don't know what he does with it.
Yeah.
So how do we know that baby's evil? Based on what she
Well,
said?
that's. I didn't he say it doesn't even quite look human, or did I make that up?
Because, because if it's evil, I mean, do you kill it?
I mean, that's a
But
good
I mean, you
question,
better
but
be damn
but why?
sure.
Well, does it really matter at that point? I mean,
I think he
I
was
guess you don't
trying
want to
to,
kill a
like,
baby.
he was like, I can nurture him to be better. Or maybe Leaf just was turning evil. I'm not sure. I kind of like him. I just like saying his name, Leaf.
Well, from what I remember, it was like, are are things inherently born evil, or is it how they're raised? And if it's how they're raised, then I could raise this child to not be evil.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah, but that does go back to your original question of like, how do we even know the baby's evil to begin with?
Right. He's going off what she said, and she was, I'm going to say, a little bit evil, so I'm not really trusting her. She tried to
Yeah.
shoot him in the face with her fucking, told him to sit here and shoot everybody, and then she went and shot. I don't know. That was a lot to go through just to betray him. But like, what did he need to even be there for?
I guess to make sure that, yeah, I don't know. Like the evil people probably would have like welcomed her if she was on their side. I don't
They're like, Kate, how you been?
know.
I'd like to know how she got to be Mother Man. Because he was all like, oh my God, she's helping me with the deer. I can't believe this. It's like the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of fun. But when they started saying John Lowe, I was like, okay, so who's John Lowe? Because he lives, whatever that means.
Yeah,
But then it was like, you're John Lowe. No, you're John Lowe. No, we're all John Lowe. It's like, oh, come on, stop that. So I don't
yeah.
know if that's a real person or not. But I was trying to figure out how John Lowe was going to be John Farson, but it didn't work. Because John Farson would be a low man, right? As opposed to, or as well as a good man. Never figured out why. And,
Well,
the next line that I'm looking at says, good man, good man. The bird's chirping good man in her ear. So nothing happens by accident. Feather and Sin. Yeah, these do have weird names.
it reminds me of like medieval times.
I mean, that's what it would be. I like how there's like, is it this one? There's like feral people out there who's like, they're kind of human, but they just kind
The Ravagers. I don't think
of,
they're this one.
they just, lost touch with, the civilized point. No, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I mean, it was fun to read, but now that I look back, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a weird story.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I found it very predictable.
I mean,
I
I don't know.
didn't
I didn't
see
really
her
put.
turning evil. I thought something else was gonna happen.
Yeah, I thought Flag was gonna be there or something. Like, I didn't really see any of it coming, to be honest. But I
Like, I
wasn't
thought
thinking
they were
about it.
gonna lose, and maybe he escapes and leads to new. He's the new Mother May I or something.
Right.
Uh, and and how did Bright Feather not know? I expected more from that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got a Native American name, so I'm assuming he can do all that cool tracker stuff and like insidey shit that they
Well, he
can do.
said he did know, but I guess he didn't think she would kill him.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Then why did he like let it go that far? Why did he let her almost kill him before he like decided to say something?
Well, he said he knew what they were coming to find. Um, but I guess he didn't see her like shooting all of them. I don't know.
Where did the damn baby come from?
I don't know.
It was just like hanging out, chilling. Okay, at least Dad was smart because he gave him a knife at the end.
Right.
Hunting. Okay, hunted to extinction is the wolf babies, right? Yeah, Val's
The
story.
creatures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. Some of these people, and I guess they're just. It's not the same reading Stephen King. No offense. Things happen really fast, and I have to stop and go. Wait, what? Like it feels like 1 second they're doing this, and the next second something totally different has happened without like much transition. And it's like, oh, okay, so now they're dead. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But it's not I think it's like some of it is done in a way that's meant to be more abstract, but it's just confusing.
Yeah. So now we're on the Val stuff. Val was this one was kind of cool. This was very medieval, like fucking Robin Hood or something.
I like this
Uh,
one, yeah. I thought it was also very creepy.
this is Flag possesses everybody. Wait,
Yeah, and the child.
no, this isn't Flag possesses everybody. Okay, so this is they're in the place and they go
I
find a
think I mean
child and they bring it back and it's like this one was hard. Okay, so the wolves are the wolves, so they're Flag, right?
well, that's
And
kind of what
then
I was thinking. And then they
the
call the
kid's
child
part wolf.
they called the child a glamour, which I really liked. I was like, ooh, another use of that word.
Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. What
I
was the
mean,
deal
this
with the
is
kid when like it was looking out the window? It was like it would, and the wolves were eating one of the people or
okay.
something.
So I was confused by that because it seemed very clear that what was happening was that there was like a band of like children who had gone savage, wild, and were working like with Flag or the creatures which were Flag to like kill people, and the girl that they found was with them and was like a trap meant to lure them in. That's why she turned around and smiled. But then I wasn't so sure because Val was like, I have to save her. And I'm like, did we not just see the same thing? Like, isn't she on their side?
It sure didn't seem like a nice. Yeah, it was like a bunch of feral kids, and they had were they werewolves? No, they just had. Well, they're very wolf-like kids, I
It
guess.
was like, yeah, no, the kids were separate. They said the creatures were killing and the kids were carving.
So they had to do all the work.
So I was kind of confused by that.
I'm not remembering this story, obviously.
They're like in a house or they go out
They find,
foraging or I don't know, whatever they're doing, and they find a kid buried, half buried in the snow, and they bring it back because there's no children in this world, so this is the like only one in existence.
yeah, for like 20 years.
But I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like the whole point at the end of the stand is that humanity will survive, so this is the complete opposite of that.
I mean, yeah, but the other story. Oh, wait, well, those aren't the chosen. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna
That
get ahead.
was that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was not as cool as the gospel according to trash, I have to say.
But then they like she wants to like keep this little girl, and all of a sudden one of their neighbors gets like carved, sliced, like the way that I interpret it is like he has body parts all over the yard, and then all of a sudden these things attack, so they all like hole up in her one little house and try to like survive.
Yeah, like I remember her finding the kid and taking it back to the cabin, and then like them having to run outside in like sub-zero weather.
Yeah.
Everybody kept trying to
But
kill
yeah,
the
I guess
kid,
it
like they
like
were possessed or something, right?
Well, yeah, but well, no, I'm not sure they were possessed because I thought the kid was evil too, so that's why I was confused.
Lois of all people for correct. Wait, is that the other story? I'm getting my stories confused.
No, it's the same story.
Isn't the one with Lois where they're outside and Flag is like the deer talking to him and shit? Is that this one?
I
That's not this one.
yes.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Right, this is a different one.
I don't
So there's a
remember
lot of
the
Flag in this last half of this.
yeah, somehow I don't remember the children, but I remember the deer that didn't breathe.
Yeah, but I think that's a different story,
No, I'm pretty sure it's
right?
this
Or
one.
is that this one?
Which one? That did what? I didn't hear what you said.
The
The di-
deer that she was like, I have to remember something about the deer, and it was
Yeah,
that the deer wasn't breathing.
it is that one because that's how it starts, and then she hears the cry from the child, and it distracts her and makes her forget.
Yeah.
yeah, this is the lowest one. Okay, so this is the one
Yeah.
where Flag possesses everybody, and everybody starts
Yes.
trying to kill people, and then Martin, not Martin, takes off in the woods with the girl, the only girl in existence, and
Yes.
if she's like, I don't know. Okay, so let me see. So there's no children in the world except these feral children that hang out with wolves. They're all like 5 to 8 years old. Where the fuck did they come from?
Well, I don't know. Are they even real? Are they just glamour? Are they all part of the glamour?
Maybe they're like just animals that I don't know what Flag can do. Can he make werewolves?
Because it says, so I found mixed among the creatures, low and crawling, even lower were other children, naked in the cold. Uh, blah blah blah. Where
Very
did it?
werewolfy. Just I really want them to be werewolves.
Wait, didn't
So
it
the
say
wolves
she?
were they were part of the pack, or I don't know.
Yeah, and the child turned at last and smiled at her with tiny, even teeth. Yeah, I'm like, girl, she's not on your side. Like, what?
Mm.
I mean, there's nothing evil in that sentence. It just seems like it should be.
Why would she? Why would the girl smile when looking at all these kids, like with naming these bodies?
And why were her teeth tiny and even? What's up with that?
Yeah. How does she have such good teeth?
I don't trust her. Yeah,
So that's why I am confused because I'm like, yeah, I think they should kill this child. And then wait, also it does say that it's a glamour, so it's like it's not even a child.
right. So if the child's a glamour, what is what? It's a Tahi. What the fuck is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So this is one of them stories where Fly can do all kind of cool shit. So he just like possesses everything, and then try. Why does he want to kill this kid?
I think I think they're working together, or it's just like it's the demon. It's like
Well, they end up in the woods because they're chasing Martin, who took the kids. I guess they're so why?
thing lured them out there so Flag could kill them.
And like, well, okay. I guess that could be as simple as that. Is that the only kid in this world? So no, there's a whole pack of them.
Well,
Maybe
but
only
we
It's
think
not it's not a real kid though.
a glamour kid is still a kid. Okay, this one was kind of graphic. The stuff that was going on. This one, though, I had to stop. Like, wait, what are they doing? I
But that's
think they're
it's graphic, but not yet somehow not clear enough. Like I had to reread a lot of it
yeah,
a few times to understand what they were looking at.
like with the bow. When I didn't know a bow and arrow would slice your face off if you did it wrong. I was like, oh, that sounds way dangerous.
If it gets too cold, that it will snap.
Yeah, so if it would, she said something like it broke as expected. I'm like, well, then what the
Yeah.
fuck were you doing out there using it?
Oh, and the whole like bringing in the storms thing too, like the fact that that's why it was so cold to begin with was because of Flag.
Is that what
Yeah.
that was? It was like negative 47. Ooh, yo.
Yeah.
We got the thing territory now. Gotta take some ice core samples.
It's actually kind of similar because they're stuck inside and trying to figure and like there's like something that is possessing them.
Flack does a lot of possessing of people and things in this book. Remember when he was the kid's mom and trying to kill him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dean, splayed to the dawn sky and more than simply naked, opened up not like you'd butcher a deer, but split as if by lightning. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
And then she gets knocked. Yeah, okay, so she reached for the bow that wasn't on her back, and something came at her from the side, knocking her into the snow. So she's staring up at the sky. And
Well,
the next
that's
one, like, wait, what hit her?
wasn't that
Because in the next minute, her Bashir's grabbing her and picking her up. But wait a minute, what the?
well that
Did
was
he run
probably
into her?
I think it was one of the creatures.
So we're just gonna ignore that part. We're not gonna say what the creature. Do we need to deal with the creature that tackled her?
Wait, well, I guess it doesn't matter.
I
What
thought,
page are
were the creatures not the wolf things?
they are, yeah.
Yeah.
It just never really says what knocked her over. I'm like,
What page are
okay,
you on?
639. Are you on Kindle or
Oh, I'm on regular. regular regular book version.
digital or paper?
Oh no, it's the
It,
same page. Hold on.
yeah, it's like three-quarters of the way down.
Like,
Thinking she reached for the bow.
yeah, it's definitely one of the creatures because
Well, it doesn't
he
say
pulls
that
her.
anywhere.
I mean, okay, but that one I can at least induce a lot easier than the other parts. Plus, I guess I again, it's the same complaint. Like, I think it's supposed to like add to the like
Something
suspense.
yanking on her boot. She kicked it away and scrambled to her feet. What? What is that? What are
Yeah.
these things? Like, I need some descriptions of what these. I don't know what I'm
There
picturing.
were not. They were the so well, it says. Hold on. It says it right there. She knew every creature here. The muskrat. Well, wait. They were none of these and all of these at the same time. They were the essence of carnivore. Low, black furred things, clawed and fanged, with backbones like snakes. Whatever that means.
They were all of these, and none of these is cheating. That doesn't count.
And well, that's a very Stephen King line too.
Yeah, only if they're all wearing blue chambray shirts.
Well, he's done that where it's like it's beyond imagination, and I can't even describe
I
it.
don't have the words to describe what I'm feeling. It
Yeah.
wasn't just black; it was the absence of light.
Too terrifying for your simple mind to
Yeah,
comprehend.
you can't see me in my true form. I'm going to the headlights. Don't ask me that. What are the three lights? I'm like, ugh. I'm glad you're watching it, but okay, I don't even know if I can begin to explain what that is. It's like this is
It's
Pennywise, what he really looks like.
I would yeah, I was gonna say I would be happy to explain something like that because nobody would ever ask like nobody usually asks questions like that. They're
They'll
just like,
never
why
ask
is he a
again, right? They're
clown?
like, okay, so don't ask Amber any Stephen King shit. Jesus Christ.
But it is like one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, where do I even start?
I'm glad you're watching it, but you should have read it first. Uh, so yeah, I think I'm over the feral kids. How does that one end? Oh, that's the
I
one
wish
that ends with him. I don't know. The two guys saved her life from something, a creature, a person, a deer, doesn't breathe. Not sure what it was, but they said none of them would tell her like who did the killing blow. And then I'm like, well, what did they kill? I'm assuming the thing that ran into him.
well, it must have been some version of maybe not Flag, but his evil because that like the storm cleared up after that. So it's like, well, it's all good now. We're safe.
Yeah, Flag's like the fucking Storm X-Man.
Wasn't it the girl that was killed?
Wait,
Well, not quite. So
I'm not sure I know what happened to, where's Martin? What happened to Martin? Do we even know that? I mean, not Martin. Martin it was.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm reading it like now.
The child screams. Yeah, I don't know.
Bashir says as Bashir snatched at Martin from behind, trying to lock his forearm around the man's throat. Mama, don't! The child cried, and Val screamed something. Blah blah blah. It was I don't. So I'm not really sure what happened. She
So this
raised
is
her
where
hand.
she smacked herself in the face with the bow.
Right.
And what happened to
So
the,
like,
and then she woke up later. Like, what happened
I
to the
think
kid?
they. I'm pretty sure they strangled Martin. It says the child vanished, but so I think they strangled Martin, which was, I guess, the evil force. Poor
Not
Martin.
Martin. Martin, not Martin.
Right. Right.
What Shimi would say. Martin it was. Okay. Uh, yeah. And then it's over. Okay.
It was a fun read though. It was very spooky.
It was kind of, yeah, it was interesting being in the woods talking to, it was like evil Disney. Well, that's an oxymoron. And not oxymoron, with repetitive, or what's redundant. I can't think of the word.
I think
Yeah, it just kind of ended before I was like, wait, yeah, I don't know. It was cool, I guess. I'll take it. I think Leaf needs to be in that story. I feel like he would be running around in trees there. Last night, Leaf from the other story.
Leaf. Yeah.
I just picture him with like a like a little pixie fairy running around in trees with like a crown of leaves on his head because his name's Leaf.
Like Tinkerbell?
Yeah, kind of, but not that gross. More elf like. You gotta have the little boots on, like the with the
Peter
little.
Pan?
Yeah, yeah, okay, I can give you Peter Pan. Maybe that's what I am thinking of actually, because he has the boots totally. All right, now we go to Fern's tale.
This one was I liked it a lot, but very like all kind of
So
all over the place.
Yeah.
I think Fern is a first iteration of a more involved new species. Is that right?
Well, Fern, they're implying that Fern is the baby that I guess some survived. I don't really know how.
Because clearly she's some kind of mutant, and I think she's got a weird toe thing going on. But does that mean
Well,
she has like a hoof, like she's part animal or something?
isn't
This is
this the
like
one where
Dr.
they said
Moreau. Sorry.
like her that Flag is her dad and what's her name is her mom?
Were they talking about Nadine? I couldn't figure that out.
Nadine, yeah. The school teacher with the silver streak in her hair. You didn't know who they were talking about?
No, yeah, well, maybe I read it too fast. That would be pretty easy to figure out. So she is,
So she is a
how would
mutant,
she
but
be alive?
I don't know.
Well, and
She
this
was,
gave me like Mordred vibes too.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. That first was like a more evolved Mordred.
Yeah. Or a less evolved one. One of
Well,
the two.
more
Fern
evolved
wasn't
in
spider-like.
morality.
It was more human in it than, well, Mortgage was human sometimes.
I just meant like conscious or morality.
Yes.
Conscious.
That's not something Mordred does. I like Fern. I a little hard to figure out what the fuck, like, because at one point it's like everywhere she goes, like people die and everyone leaves her, and I'm like, oh, what are you?
Well, I mean, it makes
Like, is that
sense.
really happening, or is that just like you having like stuck inside your own head and overthinking shit, or is there really a swath of destruction behind you everywhere you go? Because that kind of changes who you are completely.
I feel like it makes a lot more sense knowing she's like devil baby.
Yeah.
Rosemary would be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read this in audiobook again today, and I'm still not sure. But I think I like Fern. the stories, all these stories are a little confusing. I think I'm just spoiled because I mostly read different authors than this piece. One different
Well,
author.
yeah, like it took me a minute to get warmed up to it. Like I don't know why. When she starts reading the letters, I like kept like dozing out what's it, zoning out. Like I couldn't pay attention. And then like once I finally like locked in, that's when I was like interested. And you have to just kind of like I said, it's all over the place. There's not really like a thing that you can follow or expect when you're reading it.
Yeah.
I Good.
Well, just like it's stories within a story, and that's fine if you have like an anchor point, but I feel like it didn't really have an anchor point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like
fascinated by the story in the story, and I was all about reading the letters and like there's a whole avenue to go down there about like what people were writing right before they knew they were about to die. That would be but they didn't really they like touched on it but didn't really do anything with it. Like it didn't lead her anywhere to any discoveries of just some bag that some person left for her to help her survive or something. It wasn't
yeah,
even
but
for her.
that is her in her mind it was for her because it was something that was left for a survivor and that's like her treasure.
Is she like dumber than we are?
I mean, I just think it's like
Maybe that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
it reminds me of like I don't know,
More
like a
primitive.
clone, like somebody who just came into existence but like should is expected to know all the things a human knows.
Maybe she's. Yeah, I just started thinking of the door story in the middle of that thought. So maybe she's from a different level and she got stuck on this one somehow.
If anything, she's probably dumber than us just because she seems to have no experience. Or not, well, she does now, but like not enough, I
Well,
guess.
she's got no memory either, so that the clone is
Yeah.
makes sense. I bet see if she has a North Central Positronics anywhere. See, somebody should have done that. Andy, the messenger robot, many other functions. I kind of want to read
Yeah.
that again.
Oh. The
The
end of
stand
this,
too.
when they wrap up Brian Keene, his like afterword or whatever, it made me tear up because it's just like reminds me every time they finish, like we didn't even read the stand, but it feels like we finished a version of the stand. And it's like every time we finish like a big story, I'm just like, oh, all of my friends.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to leave them. I'm like, okay, well, what happened next? But mostly, I just don't want to leave them. I'm not ready. Like Ralph, I loved Ralph. Ralph Roberts. He was my favorite. Or not my favorite, but one of
I know this time we just spent all of our time basically with Abigail and Flag, except for we got to see Larry.
oh, the Abigailians. Don't forget about them. And was it the Abigailians and the Flagians or something?
I'll tell you now, I am tired of hearing about the dreams. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but it was a big part. Oh, I mean, in the first part, it was a big part in like the first like 200 pages. Well, maybe it was longer than that. It was after the plague hit, but before they got where they were going. Once they got to Boulder, it didn't matter. Nobody was dreaming about shit anymore. I mean, Nebraska. I mean, Boulder. Whichever one it was.
A
Did the dream on the way from Nebraska? Because some people went to Emmingford home and then went to Boulder. Actually, a
lot
lot
of
of
them
people,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people did that. Actually.
Which I'm still not sure why.
To pick her up.
Eh, I,
She needs a ride.
I mean, she
right?
was what 100 and something.
It's too
Yeah.
old to drive for crying.
And we could walk.
Maybe she should have waited for her ride to go get the chickens. I thought it was funny the first time I saw that. The Abigailians. It's like, what is? I was like, what? I was like, oh, now I know what that is.
I mean, that was like one of my, like, I shouldn't say problem, but I would prefer if Stephen King would just like not. Like, I guess he kind of is religious in the sense of the white anyway, but it feels better to me when he at least just says the white and like doesn't actually say religious terms. And it feels like a lot of these stories were just way more in that direction. And I'm like, I get it because that's ultimately what it is, but like, I hate it.
Hold on.
If we ever read Desperation, you will not like it. No,
I
just saying.
mean, that's why I also hate revival so much.
Go get. There's a cat in the yard. I'm trying to get Fred to go get it, but he's looking back at me
Huh?
like, "What are we doing?"
So there's a cat?
Yeah, there's a cat in the yard. I saw him on the camera.
Animal cruelty?
My yard. Cats knows the rules.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it'll learn them.
Is there a stand your ground law in Pennsylvania?
I'm surprised. Fred found him. He just chased him. Boy, Fred. Um, you know, it's not easy to get in them bars. So if you're gonna work that hard, then you get what you get.
I don't think cats work very hard to get in many places.
Our fence is a little hard because it's got the points on the top, and they can't fit in between. So they
Yeah,
have to
but
find.
they can squeeze through like a 3-inch hole.
Yeah, well, they're not rats. They can squeeze where their whiskers fit.
Yes, yeah, we've seen the same video.
I just not no, I haven't seen that video, but well, maybe I've seen it.
You have because we've talked about it, but it's fine. You could have learned it somewhere else too.
Anyway, enough with the evil cats. Everything expires, but that doesn't mean it's gone bad. That sounds
I
like a
thought that was
Stephen
cute.
King. Life turns on a dime. The past is obdurate.
Yeah.
The $5 word of the day count.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
think
the
I've ever
elephants
seen that anywhere
were
else
sweet.
but that book.
You know, it's funny because I used to write down words from Stephen King books that I didn't know just so I could look them up and learn new words. And I've seen a lot of them in these stories, so I don't know if that's a coincidence or not.
No, I think they're using them on purpose. At least some of them. There are no coincidences.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a.
I like the whole. Is it this? It's not this one. They're talking about the bugs. There's so many bugs. There's so many birds because there's so many bugs because there's so many people to eat.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I forget what story it is, but it's like I don't know, 15 to 30 years later. So all the decomposing bodies are now just skeletons that are hanging out everywhere in the world. There's just skeletons. Ah, cool. I like that.
The one I remember, sorry, was covered in fungi. And I was like, I do not want to picture that at all.
Yeah, they were growing new skin or however the hell they said that.
Yeah.
Moss. Okay, well, I don't want that. Can we just get some shiny, happy skeletons?
Yeah.
What's that song? The skeleton song every Halloween? Something, something, skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah, yeah. Just get some spooky, scary skeletons.
I don't know
They
what you're
don't need
talking
to
about.
be moldy and have you know, stuff hanging off them. It's hard to ride a zebra, but not as hard as the library encyclopedias. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Did they tell you it's hard to ride a zebra in the encyclopedia? Why would you need to know that?
Are you not good at reading? What does this mean? Is it hard to ride a zebra? It's just a horse with stripes, right?
No, not at
So
all.
feel like horses are pretty easy to ride.
Yeah, they're not at all like horses. They just look like them.
They're much smaller than a standard horse. They're like pony size.
Oh, they're smaller? I thought they're actually a little bigger.
Uh-uh.
They're wider. But now I'm
Yes,
picturing Chris Rock getting bit on the butt. He
Remember
was
when
the
he got
zebra,
slapped
right?
in the face? I'm just
Yeah, I did.
kidding.
Well, I'm talking about zebra or Chris Rock, not when he got pinketed. Will Smith's actually in some Nat Geo show where he's touring all the extreme places on the planet. I'm like, I don't want to watch you anymore. I just, I kind of don't care. I used to like Will Smith, and now I'm like, I see him, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not watching that.
I was literally, they were talking about that on the show that I always watched right before we started the podcast, and it was like, it's not long enough for you to make your comeback. You gotta let people miss you more.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Like, no, I don't. I'm not ready to like him yet because that. I mean, I don't, that whole thing was just weird. You have the weirdest girlfriend and wife, whatever she is.
Right.
And she's not. Never mind. There's a
Domination.
podcast. There's a podcast, so I'll just stop there.
Anyway,
If it was me,
I
I'd have left a long time ago.
my original point was why would an encyclopedia tell you that it's hard to ride a zebra? Is that a fact about zebras that you need to know?
It doesn't say. No, that's not. It says it's. I was about to say leaf. Fern. She has a lot of plant life in this book. Fern said it's like something she's thinking. It's hard to ride a zebra, but not as hard as the library encyclopedias. What? It doesn't even say reading them. It just says, so are you
I thought
riding the
it's.
encyclopedias? Is that what that means?
Oh, I thought she said like harder than it says in the encyclopedias.
No, it's awkwardly worded.
Maybe
Yes.
it's a typo.
It's hard to ride a encyclopedia. It's hard to see, now I'm saying ride encyclopedia. It's hard to ride a zebra, but not as hard as the library encyclopedias say. Just have a little belief in yourself, for
Oh,
fuck's
well,
sake.
no, that is what it's saying. She goes, not as hard as library encyclopedias say.
Well, I mean, as you know, for instance, not as there's a comma there, so it's more of a but not as hard as the library encyclopedias say. Like, for instance, not directly as they say. We're getting
Okay,
real
yeah, I don't
technical.
like that sentence.
Analogy's lost on me. I'm just picturing some
Now I'm.
guy riding encyclopedias around a library, maybe looking for a zebra.
Didn't Brian Keene edit this? Now I'm questioning him. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Never mind. The great. He was very. I don't know. I guess it was
You think he was
Stephen King.
lying?
No, Stephen King doesn't feel the need to tell us all the great things he's done because everybody knows, and all these people are not as famous as him, and so they all want to be like, "Well, I did this and I did that. And that's who I am."
I feel like I don't remember him saying. I just remember him saying he read The Stand every year of his life.
That's a lot.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if
no
I have the
shit.
time to read it every year.
That's where I thought you were going with that. You're like, yeah, yeah, okay, buddy. You probably read it like every 5 years, maybe.
Well, that's a long ass book to read every year.
Maybe you should do that with a Patterson book instead, or something,
Oh
or Elevation instead of The Stand. How about that?
my god, Elevation. You can read it in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, surely not a book. It's a short story they turn into a book for some reason, and it's the weirdest little ditty I've ever. It's the most depressing, happily toned book I've ever read,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. It was so confusing. I like so happily toned that I wasn't even sure if it was a good ending or not.
Yeah, like, wait, did he just like get to the end of the atmosphere and like disintegrate? Because I think that's what happened. But I'm not either that or he floated off into the fucking deep space for eternity, and that's way worse.
Right.
Anyway, have you read that out? Damn it, I should have asked that first.
That's
Uh,
fine.
that's been out
I
long
mean,
enough.
it's still
Hey,
interesting to read. It's about the journey, not the destination.
that's right, because they suck at the destination.
They? You mean him?
I said because I suck at the destination. Uh, at least Fern has a last. So what's Nadine? No, Nadine Cross. Who the hell's Ramsey?
What did you say?
Fern Ramsey is her name. I was wondering. And she has no memory of anything, right? Or not much.
How does she have a name? Well, at least she
Somebody
remembers that.
named her. I think she even says like, I think I had parents. Doesn't everybody?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
When
kinda
she
true.
said that, I was like, I didn't even think about it, but it definitely has new meaning now that I think about it.
Fern Ramsey gave so many fucks.
She's like the complete opposite of Mordred. Like Mordred is so evil and then like has a slight inclination to be good, and then he's like, nah.
I like how, who's the one that died? Not Mother May I? It was King Sue.
Uh,
She's like, wait, what does it matter what these dead people are right? She's like, that's weird. Stop doing that. And then, like, the next sentence, she's like, hey, who am I to judge?
I
I
know.
fucking
I was
collected
like, can you?
tampons for fucking 3 years.
I'm like, okay, but you just judged her pretty harshly. So
Yeah. And by the way, collecting tampons I wouldn't call as eccentric. It's probably a good thing.
right.
It's not the same as reading letters of dead people. I don't know. I'm interested in the letters. I want to see what they say.
No, I get that, especially because those people took the time to leave them for someone to read.
Right. I mean, and these are the dying thoughts of
I
who
mean, look
knows,
at, sorry.
who knows where.
Well, look at all of the fascination that we have with old diaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, The Witching Hour is one of my favorite books, and that's one big freaking diary.
Is oh yeah, yeah, I see. Oh, I meant real diaries, but for a second I was like, wait, was the witching hour based off real life?
It was. It's how witches got started. You know. That's what I did. Reading that book, I remember that, like, putting it down. Goes, so that's how that happened. And I had to, like, wait a minute, no, that's not. Wait a minute, what? The Witch and I was good, but the history of the vampires she does in the vampire books, like Queen of the Damned, she goes back 5,000 years, and every single word of it, I believe.
No, I do like really enjoyed that part of it, the way that she was able to make it seem so real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way the guys are like writing in their diary while they're like under duress and extreme terror and all that.
I'm still picturing him like
Oh, stop.
there's yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I forget the hell my point was, but for someone's point,
Yeah, I forgot how we got
diaries are
there.
great. We all love diaries. I think that's
Oh,
the key.
that Susie was judging her, and we're like, well, but that would be interesting. Also, like the world has ended. Who cares? Like you gotta have entertainment.
But, I mean, right. Assuming you didn't like camp out at the library when the world ended, and if you have no electricity, there's not much else to do but read.
Yeah.
I would have to go to the store and get my solar powered generator because I'm gonna need electricity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless you're those two friends from the other story.
Yeah, the two that are the horror movie VH
Yeah.
Yep.
and Tucker and Dale. Yeah, because I'm gonna need music, man. Like, I guess I could live without TV, not happily, but I'm gonna need music if I'm gonna have to do that. Probably better if I'm just not there for that. Um, why does okay? So if Fern is Flag's daughter, so his whole conversation with her is, or is it the bird? He doesn't talk to her. No, he does talk to her.
He does
She does
for
talk to him because he tells her to get the fuck off his wheel.
yeah.
But he's like, who are you? Just like Pennywise. And then he's like, you don't belong here. You're new. What the fuck are you like? I'm not sure what all that means. So she's some kind of mutation that he cannot, didn't know about, can't account for.
Like, why wouldn't he be excited to? Isn't that what he wanted?
Does that mean he wants her dead? Because he's coming, and the crow that is kind of a part of Flag, but not the most parts of it. The crow is like his subconscious, and when he wakes up enough, then it has to stop talking because it'll figure out what's going. Like his mind is fighting himself. I'm not sure what that.
Yeah, to me, I wasn't even sure if it was just like an observer, excuse me.
Yeah,
But it would make sense if that was like a version of his subconscious.
this whole story is kind of confusing. I like it, but I've read it twice now, and I still kind of don't follow it all.
That kind of felt like a lot of stories in this section that we read. Is just like, it's not just straightforward. You have to do
Yeah.
multiple rereads to try and understand what's even happening.
Wants to
Yes.
deal with the elephants.
Well,
The
that's
I
whale I get
reread
because they're
before.
calling that like the whole world, and now, so they're comparing that to this world. Elephants are real, or some kind of metaphorical story as well. I think the elephants are actually there.
That was my impression, yeah.
What's the point? What the hell do they have to do with Fern? Is she gonna come riding an elephant?
Yeah, that part confused me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and I don't. Of course, they use italics for the weird parts that didn't make any sense.
Well, that I thought that was the see, and that's what makes it confusing because I thought the italicized parts were the story that Fern was reading.
Some of it, but yeah, is that what that is? Is that what the elephants are? I thought the Fern stories were just the one italicized part. Yes, was the story she was reading from Mrs. Vicker, whatever her name was.
Yeah, but then it happens after she finishes the story.
Well, but I
With the
think it
el
keeps going back to it because I mean, when she was reading that story, it says she was sitting there for 6 hours reading.
I saw that. I was like, Jesus Christ, that lady had a lot to say. Yeah, well, I still don't get the elephants. And there was the other italicized part. It's not the elephant, it's not the whale, it's the Oliver or Louis something.
Sounds right, but the stained glass of the survivors,
Yeah.
aka the characters of the stand.
But then also, what confuses me, no, the elephants have to be real because then the italics end and it's still talking about them.
Well, then we start doing the.
And Fern is like is hovering or whatever, levitating next to them.
Yeah, and where did that come from? What the fuck? She
Well,
could.
she
What did
did
they
that.
say?
She did that at the beginning of the story.
And I thought that, and then I just kept going because I wasn't sure what the fuck was going on there. It wasn't
I
explained very well, I guess, again, or maybe I'm just. And
don't
then
think.
she was like, I could stand on 2 feet, or she could stand on 2 feet, but it hurt her. With an effort, she came down back onto her 2 feet or something. I'm like, okay, Fern, what is going on here? What exactly kind of mutant are you? Because I thought you had a weird foot or something. This is yeah, and she's like wanted, I don't know how you say it, wanted to hurt someone. She was reaching out and she heard someone a couple miles away that she could go fuck with. And like, so
Yeah,
are you evil and leaving because everybody, death, but not for you, Fern.
yeah, but I mean, again, she kind of did took the opposite direction of like Mordred because she was like, no, wait, I'm not that person.
I love that. And just say no. Like, you can fight it. I just can say no. Uh, King Sue is okay. So what happened to King Sue? She died of a mutated version of the flu from the original. That's where we're at now. That we're making babies and the flu's making babies and they're fighting each other or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Because she was fine, and then she talked about how she was just gonna like probably just she was just killing time till she died, and then she died of I think the flu because she had tube neck and all that.
I think.
It was quick too. Like she just like came back from hunting one day and like, hey,
So the way I read it was like if the people of the town turned against her or didn't accept her or something, she caused the illness. But it never explicitly said that, but it also didn't.
wait, was that the one? No, I don't confuse them. The one where the guy lit the building on fire. That's this one, right? That was wherever Pennsylvania. That's the library on fire.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the people on the other side were suspicious. How did they word it? Of the people with the cupped hands or something. And I was like, what the fuck does that? Is that a mutant thing?
Probably. It sounds like it.
I can't find it. There was a hole in there, nothing filled up. Nothing really even interested it. Oh, yeah, but I highlighted that somewhere, and I was like, wait, what the fuck does that mean? I did that a lot in this story, but I'd like to. I don't think I quite got it all, and I still don't. Gives you a lot to talk about because I'm pretty sure Fern's just like evil and she's fucking accidental Mordred.
I don't
Like,
think she's evil. She
I don't think
cares
she
too much
wants to
about.
be, but I think she causes a lot of death whether she wants to or not.
I see what you're saying.
I
Oh, I didn't
think.
even consider that. All right, right. Well, you were saying that, but yeah, I didn't really think about it that much. She's like Rogue from X-Men.
Yeah.
She's like a rogue wave. Wait, what was Rogue's deal? The one that couldn't touch anybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for Cyclops with his gloves. Oh no, that was Jean Grey that he was doing. Right? She was just like all powerful at everything. Yeah, I was. This is when she's like, that's when the big towns still had names, but the little towns didn't have names anymore. Like, oh, okay. So I
Wow.
like how she's in like wherever Pennsylvania and then somewhere Maine or something. Just like make it up where she's at. This this is the one that jumps around too. 1 minute we're 2013, and 1 minute we're 96, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, it's just going forward.
Yeah.
Did it go forward the whole time? Well, that
Yeah.
would make it. Maybe I should have caught on to that.
That's why that part I thought was cool too, because this person lives like way after the plague.
Yeah, so the whale was 2013. Well, when he died, who knows how many what couple hundred years. Food was never a problem until it was. Talking to the Crow makes me think of that movie with Anna Kendrick. It's the end of the world. Craig Robinson is the devil.
This is the end?
No, all the chosen get taken up to Earth and they're left,
Oh yeah. Oh, we do
and
this
then
every time. I can't remember.
the crows like yell at them the whole time. Like they're like standing on the power lines, like, "Hey, fuck you, hey asshole."
Does it have something rapture in it or no?
Yeah, Rapture Palooza. That's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like a Seth Rogen and them movie, kind of. Um, but yeah, it makes me think of those crows.
Mhm.
They crack me up. We have to watch that because I keep talking about it.
And I keep thinking it's this is the end every time you bring it up.
Yeah, that one was kind of funny too when they did a Pineapple Express 2. I have
Uh-huh.
no control where it goes. Are you coming up in a couple weeks?
For Easter?
You can call it that, or the day after Easter. Off topic, we'll talk about. Fern just keeps going. Now we're in 24. This is the Oliver Bailey, right?
Yeah.
What did this have to do with anything?
That was the church, wasn't it?
This thing's last year, okay.
So I'm
And
like,
then we're
great.
back with the elephants. Like the last thing that happens, I think, is the elephants, right? Or
Yeah.
almost the last thing. Yeah, what is the last thing? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the elephants. Fern Ramsey will slip away into her sleep, safe and invisible, long before the wheel reaches the next zenith. That's kind of funny. It's like, get the fuck off my wheel. Today she is no one worth noticing, not even Fern. Maybe Fiona or Flora or Francis. But today she is still Fern. I'd like to talk to this Fern. Who wrote this? We need to talk.
Catherine spelled in a way I've never seen.
Not as cool as yours.
Nope, but I have seen mine spelled one that way one other time.
Yeah, people do all kind of stupid spell stuff now. We were trendsetters. Cena Y. Yeah, it ends with the elephants in the Great Plains. I don't know what the fuck I don't even know what country they're in. I'm assuming it's not America. Wait, were they zoo elephants? I guess they could have been.
Yeah, because they
And
were
that
the elephant enclosure.
that's what I was. Yeah,
All right, all right. Is an
Is an
elephant
elephant.
harder to ride than a zebra?
You would have to get up to it first.
probably.
Or
Yeah.
oh, how about an elephant encyclopedia? See, now which one? All right. It was taking what's it been an hour? Devil's Children. Uh,
This one was
this is the
good.
chosen one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
first of all, I thought it was interesting, and then I just never thought about like I don't really think it would be possible for you to survive that long, no matter how isolated you think you are.
I mean, and why are some immune and some aren't? Why are these people like gonna die if the immune people get near them?
Because they could be carrying the virus.
Well, shouldn't everybody be immune?
Well, so that was my point. So, like, supposedly these people hid away as soon as things got bad, and that's how they're able to
Oh,
survive
that
this
was the
long.
point. I was wondering that. So they've never been exposed to it.
Yes.
Well, they're just fucking stupid. I'm sorry about your luck. That's like the American Horror Story. Wait, is it that one?
Where?
Where you take the drug, and if you're creative, you're good. If you're not creative, you
Yeah.
turn into a zombie.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
am I wrong? But wasn't Trips airborne?
that's what I'm saying. Like, how could they have survived? I don't think that would make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it was airborne, but if there was nobody, airborne doesn't mean like miles away. If you
But it was
breathe on somebody,
if it's in the entire world, I don't know. I mean, it just feels like it would be in the air eventually.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're anywhere near a populated area,
they would have to be
which they
seriously
must be.
isolated, like some doomsday prepper shit. But there would be people like that, I'm sure. They have their own ventilation systems and all kind of shit.
But it is I like the twist of like we're the real survivors and then they just get to wait until there's a vaccine and they're safe.
Yeah, how did that flip? That I was like, wait a minute. So now you're the ones that
I
are.
guess
So the
I'm not
vaccine
really
didn't kill the vaccine that they made did not kill the people who were never infected, but it did kill the people who had already were immune and carried the original infection.
yes. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how that happened, but that's what happened.
Irony.
But it's also
Because
like
there was
it's kind
very
of
like Native
yeah.
Americans on reservations there for a little bit, where they told them they could live, but they had to live in this big cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't bother us, we won't bother you, kind of thing. Just don't build casinos. It all goes bad after that. And then I mean, that was kind of a little M Night there at the end. Like, what a
I felt
twist!
a little like I didn't really know who to root for though because I'm like you guys both like we're all on the same side. We all are humanity.
Yeah, it felt kind of like almost religious fanaticism, but I guess that wasn't what it was. It was more.
Like for them to be
I don't even
so
know what to call it. These people are just dumb. If you were gonna hide, you should have stayed hidden, I guess.
right. For them to be so angry at the people they call the chosen and it's like, well, yeah, they survived and also let's not forget everybody they ever knew died. So like it's not like they were super happy.
Right? You still got your whole family, I'm assuming, because you fucking haven't left the living room in 6 months like John Goodman.
Like I was kind of angry at these people. I didn't know if I wanted them to be the winners.
I feel like they should just find out if they're immune or not and get it over with, because you're not.
Right.
Like the chance of the two guys both being immune.
Well, that they played it smart and got a vaccine somehow.
That's interesting, because the vaccine is just the virus diluted to fuck. So why would the vaccine kill them and the virus didn't?
Yeah, I didn't follow that enough and I didn't feel
Unless
like
it's,
reading it.
unless it's like COVID-21, not COVID-19, because it mutated enough to That's what what's her face said in the last story. It's King Sue. I'm just waiting for it to mutate till it takes me down. And then like the next day it did. It was like, oh, oops, careful what you wish for. So yeah, and this is how many years later is this? So, like they bred the livestock, they opened the restaurants, and the offices are back. I'm like, oh, how how long were these people in the woods? Sounds like I don't know, 50 years.
if not more.
Yeah, I just at a minimum.
Like, how is that even worth it? And you're terrified every single minute of the day you're gonna die from exposure.
Like, yeah, they don't know how to have sex because they can't figure out how to not be scared of the saliva and semen and blood. Well, you could probably get around the blood for the most part, but the other two, good luck. Well, you can get around. Okay, but anyway, let's not overanalyze. So it's not that you can't have kids. Nobody wants to do it. I don't know. I'm not buying that. I feel like the way humans are built, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, they probably do it anyway.
Right.
Just ask your neighborhood priest how that works out when they tell them not to do it. Through all that, he's like, they make these good. So they have this deal with them, and they make these runs to show them goodwill, which I think is some kind of like fucking bounty that they have to, give them 10% of their crops or something. And then these chosen fuckers just do what they want to them all day anyway. They don't listen to one like deal that they made with them. So why are they honoring their end of it? Because they get crushed, I guess, because they're more powerful. So they have
I
no
mean, all they
choice.
have to do is like breathe on them, and they're scared to death.
No, that's true. Not anymore. Haha. Now I breathe on you. Uh, yeah, I kind of forgot about that part. That is, they should just crawl back in their holes and like check back in another 50 years. Like, they might kill themselves again by then. The guy's like, yeah, he gives her a some antibiotic, and she's like, wait, you've been leaving the territory? He's like, I'm careful. You won't get sick. Sure. Yeah, because I trust you like that.
Right.
And by you, I mean nobody. Um, it's usually the, famous last words. I was careful. All right, enough of that story, I think. So we got the twist, and then we were the new God's rejects for the change. We will remake the world into a thing you do not recognize. I don't know how I think they're going to do that, but
I don't
part
think
four.
nobody alive recognizes it anyway.
Yeah, how do you? I don't know, it's grand. We'll make the world into something that works. I think is what they said. Like, yeah, and how are you going to do that? This has
Hmm.
been tried a couple times. Usually ends the same way. Well, not with a plague, but it usually ends bad.
Usually ends bad.
All right, the super lawyer. Wait, so is that an actual car, or we're not sure about that?
What do you mean?
The SL.
Well, it's a car in the stand.
Oh yeah, that's what he said he got it from. Right, right, right. The car in the stand was not Flag's car though, right? It was inconsequential. I can't remember
No,
what he said.
they run across it, and I think Stu says like, "I wonder what happened to that guy to SL or whatever."
Oh, and then he took it here. Okay.
I thought, what wasn't it the car that they did their getaway in?
Lloyd, my man, was it? I don't know. Do we know what kind of car this is?
Hold on, what's it? It's a Plymouth.
Yeah, as long as it's not a Buick.
I'm
Or no, no, a Plymouth is Christine, right? A Plymouth Fury.
trying to find the end of the story where he says,
I mean, he's amazed he managed to drive the Plymouth this far. Okay, so it's a Plymouth.
Stu. Oh, okay. So wait, did I say Stu? Stu, Tom, and Kojak find. Oh yeah, find rescue. Oh yeah, it is their getaway car. Stu, Tom, and Kojak find rescue in a Plymouth with a keychain bearing the initials SL. Stu muses about what might have happened to the driver, but there are no answers. The same thing
That
happens in the unabridged edition, except the keychain now reads AC.
that's Lloyd's car, Poke's car.
I don't know.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
No, it's just the one that they get away in.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is that car. It's the car they were driving before they started pokerizing her.
And that's why it had. Oh, well. Oh my god, I just put that together. That's why it had to be left there.
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean?
So that they could find it and get away in the stand.
Oh, that's why he was telling him the car had to stay there. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even think. I didn't realize that was that. I knew it was probably a car, but I wasn't sure which one it was.
I didn't realize that either until just now.
Well, that like this story was probably my favorite out of this section because of all the like little Easter eggs.
Yeah, I
And it was
agree.
so towery. He had to draw his number on the door for it to work.
Yeah, yeah, the doors, like the beach, even. I don't think it was the same beach, but it felt like it.
Starts with a beamquake. I mean, come on.
Her name was Susan. That's close enough to Susan.
See,
I
I didn't
know.
even catch that one.
No, I was like, Susie? Huh.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Yeah, this is almost like reading the drawing of the three.
Basically.
But he's like, there's
Except he doesn't get picked
yeah. What did that mean? So that's why
because,
his world, I guess, is ending, and he had to get the fuck out of there because sorry, you didn't make it right, or you didn't make the revision, so none of this exists. So he's like a how do you say it? This is like a total Stephen King thing to do. He's a
yes,
character in the world. I don't even know how. You would know what I mean. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say.
it very much felt like a Stephen King story. Like his world is being unwritten, basically.
Yeah, so now he's not going to exist anymore. Very meta.
But then it also, like, I loved and was confused by the dying part. I'm like, so was he I guess his character was a real person who died because he had to leave his car there. But the whole, like, SL turned into AC thing, is that what that was? That his world is gone?
Or he found a new story.
It might be. You didn't make the revision because he turned him into AC.
I just was
Sorry, you didn't
confused
make
by
the
his,
revision.
like, his actual death. I was confused by his, because then, like, right after that, it goes to, like, the doctor, like, calling his death, basically.
He even puts an afterword, but now I have more questions. That little like tidbit in the story that I never even thought about twice sent this guy on a tangent.
I definitely never noticed it.
Yeah, I would not have been able to tell you that it was AC one time in SL before.
But isn't that a very Stephen King thing to do?
Yeah, well, like why? What's the point? What? That's not random. Why did you do that? You had a reason. I need to know what it is. Who the
Yeah.
hell is AC and SL? SL is probably nobody. I feel like AC might be somebody because he did that when he rewrote it. So he didn't just happen to change it. Let me
Yeah,
call
who did
Hotmail.
he have
Hold on.
in mind that left the car there?
Right?
Aaron Carter? Rest in peace.
It tells me that wasn't. Uh, unless they have Black 13 and they might have been.
What was the pink tablet? Was that an iPad reference?
That's did you see the part you are pink tablet?
I didn't understand.
It's a short story called where the stuff he can't remember reads or writes starts to come true. So he starts changing it, and I'm not sure if this is right. I think was a pink tablet. It was like a pink Kindle, basically. The game that they played in the Mr. Mercedes, the third book, and the watch. I'm just gonna guess you guys don't know anything about that, but
Nope.
it's like people would play some kind of fishing game, and like in my head, I was picturing like a Game Boy, and they were like doing some kind of fishing game, and they would get like possessed by an evil spirit that was a serial killer. Is the short version of that. And I think that was Pink too, the little game thing they played. So it might be both.
I like that. I really like this story a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all towery. I mean, that just shit's getting fun. Like, all right, now here we go. Now the stories are getting good. Enough of the world. Yeah, we got in a fight, and then everybody died, and the end.
Yeah.
That was about half the book, at least.
Mhm.
My dad was, well, some days he was an actor, some days he was a musician, some days, who knows? He was one of those free spirits. Was his did what
So
he
he didn't have a
wanted,
job.
never planned, never saved, which might sound fun, but our lives were chaos. It was a horrible way to grow up.
I was gonna say, so he never had a job, is what you're saying.
Kind of, yeah, right. Dad couldn't hold a job is a fancy way of saying that, or that's a fancy way of saying that. And by the way, Ezra is one of the main people in this story. I can tell you where my brain went. Don't tell me you forgot Ezra.
I was thinking, sorry, I was thinking Ezra Miller again.
No,
That's where my
that
brain went.
Because we talked
we
about him
know
last time.
quite the character in Maine at a head shop. Name was
Yeah,
Ezra.
now I
Just
remember.
gonna say he wasn't completely there.
Well, yeah,
Head shop was probably the worst place he could have been working. He literally had a whole like
well,
thing set up out back, so like, he would just walk out back and do comments while he was working. Are you working tomorrow? Yeah, no, man. It's like talking to Tommy Chong or something. So anyway, um, when I, when I saw Ezra, I was kind of picturing it.
this guy definitely sounds more. Well, I guess he's not there because he was being unwritten.
How many? Is there a lot of pink tablets for some reason? Because he says, "Do you have one of those damnable pink tablets as well?" Well, why are you if they're holding all the stories? Why would that be a bad thing? I think I would hold on to that next to my solar powered charger. Yeah, you don't really belong here. You only think you do, and you wish you do. You think you do because this is the same story, but it's a different version, I'm afraid. And you do wish you do because, well, that's all you've ever wanted, right? But I wonder if it's because he changed the AC, so the super lawyer got written out. So now his world's ending, and he has to get the hell out of it. But that makes him a real person if he found a door to escape. Or, well, I don't know what that makes him, honestly. And I mean, I don't remember the numbers being like they look like something you'd see on the back of a jail outfit. Um, Pretty sure he didn't have to draw all that drawing of the three. No,
No, he did not. Did he draw?
didn't have to put a number or something, but like it was like a three, not like a friggin'
Yeah.
hexadecimal 25 digit nonsense. Yeah, as soon as he was like, it wasn't a normal earthquake. This one was longer, and it just felt different. I was like, earthquake. There's no way it's not. That also means you should probably get the fuck out of there, which I
Right.
guess was what the rest of the story was about.
Yeah, because your universe is collapsing.
That always, I hated the fact that there was only two beams holding the whole fucking shit together. Like, we need to get some people out there building more beams. Fuck them breakers. Goddamn termites.
Well, it's not their fault.
Yes, it was, because they didn't do anything about it. Um, this was, I think, easily probably my favorite story. Although I
Yeah.
liked the Jerry Garcia one too. That was fun. He's like, can you believe they named it Captain Trips? He's like, I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. Yeah. So how did he die all of a sudden? Because he went through the door and he died.
Yeah.
Well, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Oh, now I remember. So none of that happened.
Well, I don't know.
You see Jacob's ladder?
No.
Yes, yeah.
Have?
Macaulay Culkin's like the 6-year-old kid at the end. What's his name? Tim Robbins. Um, I can't really try to describe it without giving things away. Um, we'll just
Oh,
watch it
no.
next time you come here because you don't remember. But it's just gonna say maybe similar to what we're talking about. So, okay, I mean, he says it right. What does he say? I wonder where the mind goes. What goes through the mind as it dies? So I think that's what that was.
Yeah, but that actually happened. Like, the rewrite did happen.
I know.
That's what confused me. That's what I was saying earlier.
I don't know. Can they both be true?
I think so.
He was
Maybe
dying in the real world.
maybe he would have survived if he had made the cut the rewrite, or have you been in the rewrite? I mean,
So this is the guy that died of the flu, right? So it's another
yeah.
body, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it just seemed like some, I don't know. It was so tower rated that this end with the doctor kind of threw me sideways. I'm like, wait, what?
I
So it was a
know.
whole story about the tower, but none of it actually happened. What am how do I process that?
Well, first of all, isn't that the tower? No spoiler, sorry. The no, I forgot what I was gonna say. I didn't read it as none of it happened. I read it as they both happened.
I agree with that. He left one reality for another.
Yeah.
But would he be dead in one reality like that if he was in a different one?
Is it
Has
not
that
called
happened?
There Are Other Worlds Than These?
Right, but has that well, Jake's died. Yeah, I guess it's
Yep.
usually not that direct, but I guess it can happen. You have more than one body, apparently. Or just wait. We're doing a talisman next. You're gonna find out about twinners. Yeah, okay. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. It was weird that like all of a sudden he was dead on a like gurney. Like, okay, maybe he has to like go fuck a demon or something and come back. Um, okay. I mean, don't. I was kind of sad the way that ended.
I
And
just
then the
realized.
doctor who's fucking operating on him is getting the flu at the end, or not operating on him, but trying to save him.
Well,
And
yeah.
he's
I mean,
like,
I
just ignore the scratch in your throat, ignore the swelling in your lymph nodes. No, I wouldn't do that if I was you.
it doesn't matter. Like people, like you're not gonna save the people. I guess to your point, actually, to that point, it doesn't matter. Then he should just give up anyway.
I feel like every story in this book had someone that was like, was that a cough? No, I'm just sick. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's not that.
Which
I
is
think I would
funny.
be instantly worried. Like COVID, as soon as anybody coughed, there was a whole like, wherever you were, if there was anybody near you, they would stare at you. You look like the
Yes,
devil because you
it is
coughed.
very realistic.
Like Michelle, people that smoke cough more. So, she made a lot of friends during COVID. Steam used what happened to the driver, but there were no answers. The same thing happened. All the additions and restorations, poor SL was removed from the narrative. That's what that is feels like. SL did not make the rewrite.
We must assume then it was no great loss.
I know.
Discord, yeah.
No, that's what's that from? It was no great loss. Oh, that's from a story.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I didn't look it up.
Maybe one of the new ones. There was no great loss. Ah, maybe like what's the one we read with the guy who knew where the serial killer was killing, putting the people? What book was that? I think it's in that book. It was no great loss. Oh, Discord.
That was one of these short stories, wasn't it?
No, the one, the Stephen King, the last Stephen King short story book we did. I think it was in that.
You like it dark?
Was that
Darker?
maybe you like it dark? I like it dark. Yeah, I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
Um, all right. Now we have the religious fanatics. This story was kind of fun. So, like the beam, the last one was kind of my favorite, but this one was. I like how they were. It's like 1,500 years later, so all these people are now mythological
Yeah.
deities almost. Gonna have the book of the book of trash was omitted from the Bible, like just like poor Mary Magdalene. And what was it? The
I knew as soon as I read Trash, I was like, oh, Ed's gonna love it.
man, oh, I'm still gonna love. What'd you do with old lady Simple's pension check?
They mentioned the paycheck.
Yeah, cause and he was like, "What the fuck is that?" And yeah, he's like, "What's paper?" And then what's
Yeah.
this? I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we really didn't advance very far in 1,500." The letters, one, what is it? Letters from Arnett 1 through 7, something like that. Like, well, did Stu write them? I can't remember. Who was writing?
I think it was Stu.
And Trick Baby. I'm not. Um, again, I was wondering if that was a person. Uh, a day
Sick
without
baby.
rape was not a fun existence,
Oh, so it did not get better in the future.
right? And then she's telling. This one was confusing. Who's the guy she goes to talk to and she recites some fucking thing?
Lewis the monk.
It's Louis the Monk, right? No great loss. Who the fuck is Louis the Monk?
I don't know.
Some guy who decided he was like a soothsayer, I guess. Because they all like bow down to him and go up to him and like she recites some apparently preordained thing that they all like, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a psalm or a chant or something that you would
Yeah.
say in reverence or in church. He's like, "Ugh, this again."
Ew.
He's like, "I wish I could help her, but what the fuck? I can't do nothing." And then she's dead, I think, right?
Well,
The kinship flashpoint was rape, mostly prison style, whatever that meant. Please. Everybody knows what that. I'm sure they have prisons in the future. Crash had been born to burn. Oh yeah, and then it was yeah, the trash parts. I would type. It did a little my life for you.
mhm.
Mm,
A place where she might what does that mean? Uncounted were the days until trash was
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who wrote this, but they had a cool imagination with all this, gotta say. Sigil is tower, right? Sigil? Wait, how do we say it? The bad began with the sigil. Found in a bad place. That's like a like a what do you call it? Totem or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like a sign, but I don't remember.
She's looking at a sign. I forget what it is. I'm trying to read it. I just read this and I can't remember. I don't think any that matters. This is another one of those ones where shit just kind of happened. The dogs. Wait, does she have arrows? They tried to, kids or somebody tried to attack her, and then she killed them, and escaped, and went to see Louis the Monk. They were all out in the open when it began to rain. The rain stung. Trick Baby grabbed Barker and did the huddle cuddle, tempting him. Over the next hour, the kid bled a lot more. Why is the kid capitalized? Just
I
saying.
took
And it bled a lot more, but only asked a single question over and over. Which way? Which way to what? Lewis? She trying to find Lewis? Wasn't sure.
Well, the kid, I wonder what that does mean because it's always capitalized.
Yeah, I see that now. The
I
kid's
took it
story were
to,
the same story. Sorry.
yeah, I took it to be their gang. So it's the Gospel of Trash, right? And these are like the gang of the kid.
Right. Yeah, that would make
Oh,
sense.
so this is like the kid's disciple?
The kids' kids.
Yeah.
You ever see that movie? What was that, 90s? 2000s?
No, I don't think so.
Homeless kids in LA. It's a drama about a real situation, but it's not good. Well, it's a good movie, but it's not good. So the kid. Yeah. So if this is a cult of the kid, they're using it singular though, not like it's one person with a capital name.
Yeah, like we're part of the kid.
Which way? I don't know. Find them yourself. I don't understand the chapter titles either. Well, some of them, like trash, of course, duh. But what's pump? Is that like gas pumps or something? And that
Yeah,
makes me
that one.
think of farce. Well,
Maybe.
trash, I get, obviously. Big ol' sigil is, I think that's from the tower. That word's really from, maybe like someone in Magus was talking about their sigil. Or that's what you have to show to people to prove who you are or something. Anyway, Daystar, I'm not real sure what that means. I like how that chapter begins with a quote from the second book of Wolf.
Yeah, this whole story is just like commentary on things, how religion can be formed and
Right.
twisted and used however you want.
Religious fanaticism in the eye of
Because
extreme crisis.
the last sentence, nowhere in the complex mythos can be found the name of Louis the Monk.
I know. Okay. I don't know if I feel bad or not. Uh, Uncounted were the days until Trash was born in shock, lightning, and kerosene. Alone as the undisputed master of Potenville. I'm going to assume that's where he was from. I don't necessarily.
Sounds familiar.
This is how he knew the voices spoke true. Fire could not burn him. Well, that's not true.
Yeah, he almost died.
He looked like a walking fire.
Also,
Okay.
well, like I guess is this just a who's this? Who are the religious people on these texts? Trash technically helped the good side.
Yeah, but not on purpose.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
He wasn't really on a side. He was just, I think Flag was just the
He's the
first one that
reason.
ever paid attention to him. So, my life for you. I'm all
It
in.
doesn't. The result is that he's the reason why the good side won. So is this like a?
Yes.
Uh,
But what's your point? They shouldn't because so these people are all on the bad side?
no, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is this a Bible for the good people?
That's an oxymoron.
You know what I mean? The white.
I can't be unless it's just completely maybe the joke. It's completely twisted into like Trash
Yeah.
Can became a godlike savior because he saved the world or
Right.
something like that. The dog Barker's the dog, right?
Yeah.
So wait, how when did Trick Baby die? Did I miss that or did we
No,
skip
it
that?
just happened
It was like one line.
at Trick
And now
Baby's
she's dead.
grave.
Yeah, she went to see Louis the Monk and then she was dead. Okay,
Cares?
don't go see him. Well, then the dog's like sitting at the grave going, "My life for you." I'm like, oh, that's a complicated dog.
Yeah.
The Vulgate book, I'm not sure what that is. The cryptic payday. Oh, that's fine. That's what it's beginning. Wait, accounting for variant sex, there are between 79 and 131 thus called books that comprise the kingdom, beginning with Arnett 1 through 7 and concluding with Second Bateman's, or in some editions, the cryptic payday. I like how Bateman's is like two words. Second Bateman's. Good. Glenn made the Bible. Good for him. I think he'd be happy about that. What are Jesus Christ? I read First and Second Campions like 8 times, and I was like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? And who the hell is that? And I just
Yeah, but these are all people like this definitely seems like it's a perspective of like the white.
First and Second Campions. Okay, so nothing Campion did was good. The Book of
Well, right.
Trash is not good, but Bateman would be good. Arnett would be good. Payday, I mean, I could go either way, I guess. I think I don't know.
I guess it doesn't matter.
I think it's like like the Bible. I think it's for everybody, whether you're good or
But
bad.
yeah,
The Bible
right.
attempts to make you good, I guess. I don't really get that vibe. Not when you got the Book of Trash. It's sorry.
Yeah, but again, if they don't understand, like, and it's also not real,
Yeah, I
so you can say whatever you want.
think that's part of the joke.
Yeah,
They twisted one of the most evil.
he's
I don't know if
not evil.
I wouldn't call him evil. I
He's
feel bad for
misguided.
him. He's just he's
Harold
loyal.
is more
Good
evil than
man.
him.
Well, yeah, Harold is he's just a shit. I don't even know if evil's the right word for him. Yeah, no Harold stories. How about Harold like torturing animals in the woods when he was a kid or something?
Well, that's way too long ago.
What do you mean?
None of the stories take place before. Actually, that's not
I
true.
well, right, that's my point. They're like, I want some. Wait, well, who was before?
Didn't Abigail's story happen like,
Oh, well,
or that was a flashback?
that was
I
a
can't
back and
remember.
forth. No, that happened during the stand.
Right.
That's when she was missing, which is like I like
Well,
that
no,
angle.
that's right. It happened in the past, but it was also during the stand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. She was flashbacking to the past while she was disappeared in the stand.
Yeah.
Oh, the shit gets convoluted. Well, I don't know that I have more to say about. I don't know these. But the last two stories might have been my favorite. It was getting fun.
Yeah. I definitely like this group of stories more than any of the others.
Yeah, I mean, I had enough of this. Just fucking yeah, we've been down that road. So the plague's here. Everybody died. Next, flag is very prominent in these stories too. But I mean, not one person had the gumption to call him Walter, Mart.
Well, maybe one person did. Martin, not Martin.
They spelled it, but that can't be a coincidence, right? You don't pick that name by accident. Maybe they didn't read the tower. Are you allowed to write any of these stories if you didn't read the tower? Good lord. Okay, I think that's all I got. I got to
Yeah.
work in the morning.
What did we say we're reading next?
I think we should go Talisman. We got 2 books to get through by September, which I mean, maybe we can do, maybe not. You never know how that goes. Uh, but it feels like that's a long way away, and we should be able to do that pretty easily. But summer's also coming. What do we? So we would be right around my birthday to start Talisman. So probably April, May. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll just read it, and if we finish early, we'll take a couple weeks off, go on vacation, and what is it called? Other Worlds Than These or something, isn't it? Forgot what it was called. The new Talisman book.
Oh,
There's Talisman, there's Black House, and there's the new one. I think they called it Other Worlds Than These, and he was like,
oh
remember,
yeah.
he was like, "Fuck it, it's a tower book. Just Midworld and the territories, which you'll find out about, are the same place. So you don't have to guess anymore."
Right. 'Cause I remember when I read that, I was like, well, that's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, because the book's called. I mean, yeah, how could it not be a tower book with that title? Like maybe it should have been maybe a little more subtle, but that's not really his thing. I'm talking about a guy that puts himself in the story for Eric's sake. But I probably would too at that point. So what do you got? Anything? I don't even have a talisman in front of me, so I don't even know what to tell you to.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't have
see.
one either.
Let's see if it's in my box. Should be.
I thought you had all of them.
Not all the Kindles. I have just about all the. I mean, first of all, there's a lot. At one point, I had them all downloaded on a PDF format. But for some weird reason, some of them like skip parts. Like there's pages that are missing sometimes. Like it
Uh-huh.
happened to me like 2 books in a row, and I had to go buy the stupid Kindle one, so I just started buying it.
Mm.
But if you're not worried about little semantics like that, then I have every single book he wrote up through. I think Mr. Mercedes, the End of Watch. And that was like 10 years ago now. I was like 25 books. Talisman is from the store. Buy now for $2.99.
It's a short story?
No, it's a,
Oh.
I'll
Please
see. Look,
say.
they're giving shit away. Guess what category it's in? It's the #1 seller in werewolf and shifter thrillers. Well,
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
yeah, what the fuck? I'm not telling this. It's $3 on Kindle. I'm buying. They're telling me some weird shit about who's purchasing. So I already have the Audible, so I can read and listen. All this nonsense. Goodreads wants me to update the book that I haven't read yet. I just want to see chapters. I think I have to read it. Sorry, it's taking me a minute. I think you have to restart Kindle after you download the book. Okay, chapters. We got a long way to go. 900 pages. I didn't know it was so 950 pages. I didn't remember it being that long.
Damn.
Other Worlds Than These teaser. Oh no. You have to get the Kindle version. Just saying, it's $3 right now if anybody's interested in the Kindle version. Oh, let's say stop, read chapter 9. Stop and don't read chapter 10. Elroy.
He
Read
said,
9, don't read 10.
Read 9, don't read 10. That'll put us about 215. Okay. Everybody good? Anything else?
sounds good to me.
Don't say bedtime. I'm old. and I get up at 5.
Yeah.
End of the podcast. Everybody sit.
Bye.